Alright guys, so today we are heading back into Modern Warfare Zombies to take on the Redworm here solo here in Season 4 and see if the old strategy is still working. Maybe if you guys still need to get this boss fight done, or if you need to get those schematics, like that schematic for the Scorcher, or the legendary Aether tool, or that flawless crystal, or hell, maybe you guys just want to challenge yourself and get this thing done completely solo. We definitely got you covered here. Welcome on back to the channel, everybody. If y'all don't know, my name is Ghost. I appreciate everybody that stops by the video today. If you're into Zombies content or anything Call of Duty, rock the hell out of that like button for me and subscribe to the channel, guys. We just hit our massive goal of 20,000 subscribers, and man, I cannot thank you guys enough for all the crazy support here on the channel lately. It's been absolutely insane. We definitely had a pretty fun run on this one, and I can't wait to get into everything with you guys after a brief word from today's sponsor. If you guys want to unlock the new Mark of the Survivor camo, or possibly even any of those get higher camos here in Modern Warfare 3, and you really just don't have the time to put in to get these challenges done, well then be sure to check out Midge Cactus. They're the biggest and most reliable sellers with heaps of brand new offerings for MW3 with completely safe and legitimate services for Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. And with all the great reviews on Trustpilot, you guys should definitely check them out. Be sure to use code REALG for 5% off your entire order for a limited time only. Alright, so we're going to be coming in here with our traditional Scorcher and VR11 combo. We're basically just bringing in the Scorcher so we can easily fly around and collect all of our USBs quickly. And we're also going to be using the Scorcher so after the Redworm fight, we can fly over and do one of the Dark Aethers. Now, the VR11 is mainly what we're going to be testing against the Redworm because that's what's going to be doing the majority of the damage. Now, over the last few seasons, this has been something that we've been using to absolutely just destroy the worm really quickly. And I'm very highly surprised, even all the way up to this point, they really haven't changed this thing at all. Even in this video today, we were able to defeat the Redworm in, I do believe, just around 4 minutes. Not my fastest solo runtime with this Redworm, but it's still pretty damn quick. Did end up defeating him once in just under 3 minutes using this exact same setup, so it's definitely still possible. And if you guys do by chance still need to know where anything is to set up this boss fight, maybe you need to know where some of the USB locations are or where the boss locations are going to be at, I'll throw up this map up on the screen right here, and it's going to show you guys every single thing that has to do with the Redworm, including the places that you can go to see exactly where your USBs are going to be located. Big shout out to MWZHUB.gg for putting together these maps. They honestly do amazing work. Once you guys have gone around and collected all 4 of your USBs, setting up for this thing the rest of the way is going to be incredibly simple. First of all, you're going to want to do some contracts just so you can build up a little bit of essence, make sure you can buy the rest of the perks that you need. So make sure that you got enough for a couple of self-revives and also a few sentry guns. You can do this without the sentry guns, but they're definitely going to be helping you out. Not only are they going to be taking a little bit of health off of that Redworm, but they're also going to be shooting at the zombies, and trust me, you're going to have a lot of these things around you. My other decision about doing this, which you guys kind of saw me, yes, I know I accidentally wasted a dead wire detonators at the beginning of this, don't at me. But you can bring in the experimental gas grenades, and with the dead wire detonators, both of those, not only the gas, but plus the dead wire, those will also be doing a little bit of damage to the Redworm. But if you do that, you're going to be sacrificing the decoy grenades, which is going to be helping you out a lot. Me personally, I'd rather sacrifice that little bit of damage to the Redworm so that way I can just get the majority of these zombies off of me because I'm already dealing with enough. Not only is there going to be a bunch of boss zombies that are going to be running around here, you got manglers and mimics and disciples. Sometimes this game, not always, but sometimes they'll spawn in mega abominations on you. You got the worm trying to eat you and pick you up into his mouth. He's going to be also slamming the ground. You got to be watching out for those like electrical bolts on the ground so that way they don't shock you. Plus his beam that he shoots out of his mouth, it's just like an insta down to you, which I actually get caught by twice in here, which is why I say bring in a couple of self-revives because you never know. But you just gotta be dealing with so much other stuff that I would just recommend bringing in the decoys. Definitely think they got a little bit more use to them than just providing you with a little bit of extra damage. Now, the Aether blade is definitely not necessary, and I would say that you can get away with doing this without it. But the one crucial piece that I would very highly recommend you guys, especially for solo players that want to attempt to do this, is gonna be the golden armor. And when you guys are in here, you're definitely gonna see what I mean. It's definitely possible to do it without it, but you're gonna be spending a lot of time just looking all over the ground for extra pieces of armor. You're just gonna feel incredibly weak a lot of the time, which is gonna make you way more prone to downs. When you gotta deal with those wisps or whatever the hell they're called, those things that actually like fly around and fly right in your face, and you can't just take the damage from those things and you will be just fine. Just make sure you're not getting hit by other stuff at the same time. That's why I say the golden armor just comes in so clutch for doing this. Notice I do do make a couple mistakes in this run. I mean, nobody's perfect. I do end up running right in front of the Redworm, which is kind of a little bit of a no-no, but I was kind of forced that way. Sometimes it's just gonna happen, and that's why I always advise you guys bring in a couple extra self-revives. I mean, even if you think, you know, hey, I have 2, that's plenty, I would always recommend you guys bring in at least 3. You got the one that's equipped, and then you got 2 extra ones in your bag, and that should be plenty enough to get you through the fight. Yeah, the VR11 is just doing absolutely massive damage to this guy still. I'm really surprised that over the last few seasons that this actually still works like almost exactly the same. But imagine though something like the VR11 would be a little bit harder for them to balance. Like, they don't want to make it too weak and make it just feel useless. There are some bosses and stuff that I feel aren't very weak to the VR11, like when you try to defeat like a Mangler, sometimes those guys take so many shots to go down. If I use this thing against, like, let's say a Disciple that's actually weak to the electricity, those things just get taken out immediately, and it's almost same thing with like the Redworm. Now of course he doesn't die immediately, but this guy, you can definitely tell he's weak to whatever damage the VR11's putting out. So it would be kind of tragic if they nerf this thing, because the other wonder weapons we have in the game really aren't that great. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love the WonderWaff, and it's not too terrible. It's actually pretty good for crowd control, but whenever you're trying to deal with like bosses or anything, it's just absolute garbage. I do also want to take the time really quick to thank you guys for all the love and support on the video that I uploaded yesterday about the news going on with MrRoflWaffles and the leaks with Black Ops 6 and everything. Video damn near almost hit 100,000 views on the very first day that I uploaded it, so thank you guys for all the love and support on that one. If you haven't seen it yet, you should definitely go check that video out. It was a pretty good one. Not only link it in the description, but I will also have it as one of the pinned videos at the end of the video. But yeah, just absolutely insane. I was not expecting that video to become like one of my most viewed videos on the channel. I did notice a few comments of people saying that I was literally one of the only people in the community that was actually talking about what happened and actually giving like a recap of what actually happened. It did seem a little bit crazy to me. I don't know, it seemed like a pretty big event for zombies and for the zombies community, so I figured that I should cover it. I'm still definitely curious to find out like where it's all going to actually lead. Like, I know that Milo did post a tweet on X or Twitter, whatever the hell you want to call it, basically just saying that he just went to bed and that all is good, but I don't know, man, that was just such a weird way to end the stream and just how everything went. And to just go completely ghost, but then say he's gonna post a video on the date that was on the website. I don't know, man, it's all just kind of leading together too perfectly. Kind of like this guy, we're about to take our last shot and put this Redworm back in the grave. VR11 is definitely still doing the trick, guys. This is really all you need to get this Redworm done. Of course, what I recommend you guys bring in, like I said, some golden armor, some sentry guns, and some extra self-revives, definitely. These are all things that are going to be making your time a little bit easier, and they're definitely not necessary. If you wanted to get this thing done with strictly the VR11 and that's it, you can definitely do that. Just, don't say I didn't warn you about looking for plates. Look at that, guys. We got the Scorcher schematics out of the reward whiff. Now, unfortunately, this guy didn't drop us any wonder weapons, and when we went over to the Dark Aether, it really didn't get any better over there. I actually ended up having a terrible run in the Dark Aether, probably one of the worst loot runs I've ever had. That Dark Aether ended up only giving me 2 dog bones. I ended up failing the escort contract, and we went around to all the locked rooms, and I'm not even joking, guys, I got 3 ray gun cases. Just the worst loot imaginable. Again, thank you everybody that took the time out to watch the video. I greatly do appreciate it. Please drop a like on it if you guys enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel if anybody is new. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will catch you in the next one.